Hi, boys and girls. Again, the last one got cut off, so I didn't get to finish. So I am going to show you on the desktop, okay, the steps that are up close that I'm going to be following to finish the rest of the roses. Okay, so again, there's the first line. I'm going to come close to it on the other side and make an arch. So I'm going to do that again with all of the large roses. I'm going to do them both at the same time. So I'm doing step 2 and step 3. All right, so I did that on both of the other 2 large roses. Now I'm going to do step 4 and step 5 on both of those. So I'm going to the center, making an arched line. Again, start in the center, arched line. Okay, so that was step 4. All right, step 5, I'm going to make another line close to it, arching down to the other side, arch down to the other side. All right, so that was step 5. Next one I'm going to do is step 6. All right, so step 6 is right here. I'm going to go and make one line from the left side to the line that's down at the bottom. Okay. So I made this one and this one. All right, now is step 7. So it looks like on step 7 you have a few more lines to finish off. So I'm going to do an arrow first and I'll show you what it looks like because that last step 7 is a little tricky. It's got a lot of lines to make. All right, so I'm going to go here and then I'm going to come down. All right, so what I did again is I started here and I went across and then down. I'm going to do that on the other rows. Okay, so now I've done that on both of my roses. And the next part is to make that eye shape in the center again that's like a triangle. All right, so I made this line here and this line here. All right, last step is to make that triangle shape. So I'm going to go to the inner left line, go down like an arrow, back up like an arrow. So again, I'm going to go down like an arrow, back up like an arrow. Okay, so I went down like an arrow, around like an arrow, down like an arrow, around like an arrow. All right, I'm going to have you do those last 3 roses in the same sequence. Okay, following those directions, I'm going to leave mine up and leave these instructions up so you can follow them, and then we'll do the leaves in just a minute. So go ahead and do your small roses with those same lines in the same directions in front of you. Okay, I'm just going to quietly work while you're doing yours. And if it doesn't look exactly like the picture, no big deal. However yours turns out, it's going to be beautiful and mom's going to love it, or grandma or auntie or stepmom or whoever it is that you're going to give this to. All right, so you can pause this if yours is not finished. I just slowly kept looking at the directions while I was doing it. And again, it does not need to be perfect. What I'm going to do now is add the leaves. So I'm basically looking at where are my big leaves first. So with those top two, I'm going to put a big leaf here and then a small leaf directly to the left of it. So that's my easiest starting point. And then again, another small one right next to it, and I'll show you what that looks like. So here are your two top roses. I put a big leaf between these two and then another one to the left of it. And then I have two big leaves between these two roses. So I'm going to do that next. Since there's a lot of space there, I'm going to do my two big leaves. And so that was these two big leaves here. With these two roses in that bigger space right here. And then there's one more toward the bottom right here I'm going to put. And it looks like, okay, so I did one here. And it looks like I also need to make between the small rose on the right and the bigger rose on the right, I have a larger leaf and a smaller leaf. So I'm going to start at the top with the larger leaf. And then another one under it, real small. All right, and those are right here. And those are my leaves. I am going to add, I believe, yep, right up here I'm missing one. So I'm going to do that small one. Okay, right next to it. And then we have some curly cues, it looks like. So the first one's going to be right here where that extra space is. So it's a line out. I'm going to come up, curl it. Okay, so here's the first one. And then I'm going to put another one down between these leaves on the bottom right. All right. Now on the leaves, if you look at your example and you see the example that's in front of you, they've divided each leaf into half and then made diagonal lines. So I'm going to do that right now. I'll show you with just a couple examples. Okay, so that's the first one. I made a center diagonal line and then small diagonal line. So I'm going to do that to all of my leaves. It looks like if you look at the steps carefully, they do have some of the diagonal lines on different sides, meaning not all those diagonal lines are on the right and not all the diagonal lines are on the left. So you can decide which side you want to put it at. Oh, and they even left one of them right here, I noticed, was not, she didn't put any lines on that one. All right, So this is all of the drawing. If you look at my sample, my daughter did something a little bit different to my sample. She put dots on the other side and actually turned out quite nice. So if you would like to try to do that, that's up to you. All right, so I'm going to stop this section of the directed draw, and I will come back with another video for the painting.